Hey guys, it's Carrie, down in Texas. How are you, my conservative friends? Wanted to talk to you today about this particular policy failure that we really need to get out the information and make sure people are informed and understand what it's all about. And that's feeling safe where we live because of the crime that's happening everywhere. And there's a lot of factors in this. But I think the one that disturbs me the most is that as a society, we even question the people who are there to protect us. Now, I am not stupid. I am not naive. I realize that there are bad people in everything. There are people that are paid off everywhere. The majority of the people who promise to take care of us and defend us and keep us safe are good people. They are good people. And they are willing to lay their life down to protect you and me. So how can we even think about defunding? Because you know what? If we don't have law and order, we don't have civilization. You cannot have a civilization without law and order. You have to follow the rules. If you don't follow the rules, then there's consequences for those things. And there has to be an agency that enforces that. The police is the first line of that. So that's the first thing. How can you possibly, regardless of your political views, want to make all of us less safe? It's illogical. I don't understand it. Yes, there's corrupt people everywhere. And they have their own police within the police. So as a society, we have to be willing to let the people within that organization weed out those bad apples. But we can't defund the first mechanism of our defense, because if that is the case, then it's going to be the wild, wild west. Now, I'm from Texas, and our guns, we're passionate about our guns. And in my lifetime, I've had 2 instances which I wish I would have had a gun. I didn't have a gun. And I'm very lucky that I'm here telling you about it. And then I realized, if I can't defend myself, how can I depend on anybody else to defend me? And so, with a lot of practice, a lot of teaching, and a lot of overcoming my own fear of a weapon, I have a weapon, and I'm not afraid to use it. And I would defend myself and anybody that invades my space or threatens me or any of my family members. We have the right to bear arms. And the gun is a mechanism for evil. People kill people. Guns don't get up and walk over and shoot somebody. The person holding the gun is the one that kills the people. The gun is the mechanism for which they kill the people. If you don't have the person behind the gun is not going to, unless it's a freak accident, shoot somebody. It has to have a human being involved in it somewhere. People kill people. People cause violence. The gun is the delivery method of that violence. And you're not taking away my guns, because my front door protects the bad guy. Because be damn sure, if somebody comes into my house, threatens me, my family, I am going to get my gun and I am going to defend myself. And I am a damn good shot. You do not have the right to invade my space and threaten anybody in my household. If you do that, there's consequences. I'm not the one initiating it. I'm defending myself, and I'm going to defend myself if necessary with force. You, how can you possibly think that it's okay for anybody to not defend themselves? And then have the agency for which we depend on to defend ourselves, to defend us, to keep us safe, to manage crises, to take out evil people, to take down terrorists, murderers, rapists. How can you logically think that that's okay? Because then you have the wild, wild west where there's no law and order, and then you have chaos. And then your civilization, your communities fall apart. That's the end result of taking away our police and our rights to defend ourselves. That, I'm not saying that an Uzi is an okay defense mechanism. I'm not saying that. What I am saying is I have the right to defend myself. And if I have to do that violently to protect myself and those that I love, be damn sure I'm going to do it. It's illogical to think that we can have a functioning society without law and order. And there has to be a mechanism of policing and holding those accountable who break the law. It's illogical. How can you continue to support such an anti-American policy? Because human beings kill human beings. The gun doesn't have a brain, doesn't have legs or arms, hands. It has to be used by another human being to cause the violence. The gun is the mechanism for it. The human being is the reason the gun is being used. Guns don't say, oh, I don't like the way that person is, so I'm going to go over there and I'm going to shoot him. No, the human being is the one that comes to that deduction and that very bad ideology. They're the ones that are instigating the violence, not the gun. So it'll be a serious uphill battle for Texas and a lot of other states when you start talking about our liberties that were granted to us in the Constitution, which is what our republic was founded on. So keeping our police, keeping our guns, and keeping our society together by those two mechanisms has to be, or else we won't have a society. And those are complete and total policy disasters that will lead to the complete and total disintegration of our society. None on record have ever survived without them. Maybe you should think about that for a little while. Number 4 in Kamala Harris's failed policies. I'm going to be real interested to see whether she flip-flops on this one too. Have a great day.